Hey there, welcome to the Women's Business Workshop podcast, the show where we help small business owners navigate the challenges and victories of entrepreneurship. I'm your host and business coach, Robin Walker. Today we are keeping it real about the roller coaster ride of running a small business and what to do during slow seasons. I talk to small business owners almost every day of the week, and lately many of you have been reporting that sales have been a little slow. If you aren't having a slow time right now, I'm sure you have experienced this at some point in the past. For some of you, the slow seasons have you feeling frustrated, unsure what to do next, maybe overthinking business decisions and making them more difficult than they need to be. Or some of you are even going into full-blown mindset panic, questioning whether you even should be a business owner or not. So wherever you are on this spectrum, listen in for some refreshed perspective and motivation, as well as 10 actions you can be taking to make use of this slower time and even increase some of your revenue. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's turn this slow season into a time of growth.
Do you want to learn more about how to be a confident and intentional business owner and how to stay on task and on track? Join me in the Impact Business Circle Mastermind this quarter. It is the accountability and business coaching you have been missing. Go to womensbusinessworkshop.com/impact.
Before we get to the activities that you can be doing during a slow season, there's a couple things that I just want to bring up. And the first one is don't panic. When you are running a business and it is paying your bills and things are slow, it can be very stressful. I'm not taking away any of that fear that you may be having, worrying about being able to provide for your family. That is true and that is real. But I'm also just being the voice of reason not to panic, because when we panic, we don't make good decisions. We make them out of fear. The other thing that panicking can do is cause you to be desperate, and people sense desperation, and I can tell you it does not bode well for sales. If you come across as desperate, people think something is wrong, and there's a reason that you're not doing well. So I believe in transparency, but at the same time, I think you need to step back and remind yourself that things are going to be okay. When people panic or get desperate, they tend to make decisions that are not intentional, obviously. They may start discounting. They may be running sales that are not strategic. And all of a sudden, you are abandoning your business plan and abandoning what has worked in the past. For a lot of you, this has happened before. You've been through a slow season and you've come out of it okay. So just pause and take a breath. Any decisions you make, I want you to be intentional about them. I want you to be able to pivot if you need to, but if it's just a slow season, take a breath and make wise decisions. A lot of you that I've worked with to help you through a slow season, in the end, you've actually expressed that the downtime was kind of good, that your brain and body might have actually needed the break. Maybe you caught up on some home projects or checked in on some relationships, and that's not a bad thing. Often small business owners overdo it, overwork, and neglect some things that really need our attention. So sometimes a slow season can have some silver linings. So I want you to embrace the silver linings, even if you may be a little bit stressed out. The second thing feeds off of that about being intentional, and I want you to focus on what works. When we get desperate or fearful, we are more vulnerable to shiny objects and things that may work for a different business, but we haven't truly strategized or done the work to decide if they would work for us. When you are operating in fear, those shiny objects or what's working for a different online business owner or something that comes to your inbox feels really tempting to abandon what has been working and just try something different because it's slow. I'm all for pivoting, but doing it strategically. So focus on what's been working in the past. The clients you have been getting, where have they found you? Who are great referral sources? What events tend to help lead, know, like, and trust with you? Focus on what has worked. 3, I think it's always great to get a outside professional opinion, whether that is with your mastermind group, with a business coach, with an accountant, someone that can see an unbiased outside opinion, not your spouse or partner, not your mom. We love them so, but we need an outside professional opinion to take a look and see what's happening. And lastly, let's just keep it simple. Don't overthink. Just keep your activities simple and things that have worked. With that all being said, there's some activities that I suggest that you can have on your to-do list if things are slow and you feel like I really need to make the most of this time. Think of all the things that you have on your list that you always say you don't have enough time to do. Well, you've been gifted a slower season, but I want you to still be intentional about what you're doing with that time. So I have 10 different things that you can focus on. Choose which work for your business plan. I don't want to be adding more shiny objects onto your list, so look through these with a filter to decide which are the best fit for you. I can always help you with this. That's something I can work on with people when things are slow. We could do a strategy session and help you figure out your best moves forward. But here's 10. Take some notes, figure out what works best for you. Number 1, the thing that I hear the most business owners talk about that they don't have enough time to do, that content. Create and batch content so that when things do pick up, you have things that you can feed into your social media, your LinkedIn. Revisit that content plan that hopefully you have, your content buckets, and create some intentional, valuable content. You know what's coming up in your business year. You know what's around the corner. Create some content for that for now. You could even schedule it ahead of time or just keep it in your content bank. We never have enough time for content. If you work with content creators, you can still go through and come up with some strategy or some ideas or events that are coming up that you want them to focus on. Number 2, it's a great time to go in and increase some engagement on your social media. Now, what I mean by that is not scrolling. I'm not giving you permission to just go scroll reels looking for ideas. That's not what I'm saying. I want you to be intentional and go interact with some of your followers. Interact with some of their business accounts if you're a business to business. Interact with other people in your industry. Go on LinkedIn, comment, ask some questions, get to know some people. You can also connect with some potential collaborators. And what I don't mean is sending someone a LinkedIn message saying that you want to collaborate with them, but really the collaboration is they just pay you money. Not talking about those kind of collaborations. You know what I mean. People that may be maybe in the same industry as you are, or have a similar audience, or someone you just enjoy their content. Start interacting. Maybe there's some local influential people that are the movers and shakers in your community. Connect with them on social, follow their accounts, comment on their posts, get to know them. This is the kind of thing that we don't usually make time to do, but it can be very valuable if done right. Number 3, you're not going to probably like this one, at least some of the women that are in my group. Write the email. They probably haven't heard from you in a while and would love some valuable content from you in their inbox. Come up with 3 things that you can help your ideal client with, 3 tips, 3 things to avoid, and actually give them the things in the email. Write a valuable email and send it. Number 4, revisit your website. I'm not talking about doing an entire website overhaul or finding a million things wrong with it. I'm talking about, Are all the staff members on your staff page people that still work for you? Are the email addresses correct? Do you have up-to-date hours? Are your services correct? The pricing? Look at it as if you were someone who didn't know you, your business, or what you do, and look at it from that perspective. You could also do this with your social media to make sure that everything is up to date in your About section on your different social media pages. Number 5, update and order some new business cards. I know a lot of you still use business cards for in-person marketing and networking, as do I. So many of you, when you give your card out, you say, well, that's not the correct email, or, oh, that's an old card. Perfect time. Get in Canva or talk to your graphic designer. You can go back and listen to episode 81 about business cards that convert to get some strategies on what to include on that business card. Another thing you can do is look ahead to any networking events, conferences, things coming up that you might want to have a specialized postcard or handout, and create that now, get it printed so you'll be ahead of the game when that event rolls around. Number 6, get out into your community. That might be volunteering, trying a new networking event, go get coffee with a past colleague, or maybe a new connection. But get out there and talk to people. I always think activity begets activity. When you get out and start doing things, meeting people, often that will get some activity going. Number 7, check in with past clients, follow up on any leads, check your LinkedIn messages, an old email that maybe you have missed. Go back and look through different ways that people could have contacted you that you may have missed. I know you guys are really good about keeping up with that kind of stuff, but every now and then there's a lead that you're still waiting to hear back from them. It's been 30 days. It's appropriate that you can reach back out to them. So go back through and scan your different inboxes and see if there's anyone that you could revisit, maybe send them something of value, or just check in and see if they're ready to move forward with any of the projects that you have discussed. Number 8, if you have staff or contractors or a team, now is a great time when it's slow to revisit, are there any trainings that you need to be holding for your staff? If you haven't had time or scheduled one-on-one meetings with your staff, now is a great time. Maybe it's a good time for a team building event or something fun, a fun challenge with your staff. Maybe that's for getting referrals or bringing in new clients. Take some time to see where there may be some gaps with staff members that this would be a good time to address those. Number 9 is a don't. I don't want you to redo your business plan right now. I know you may be thinking, well, it's a great time, it's slow. But if you are in a space of limiting beliefs or frustration, unless you are working with a business coach or another professional, I would save this for another time. I don't think you're going to be in the clearest headspace if you have any fear mixed in. And we want you shooting for big goals. We want clear, intentional business plans. Now may not be the time. Number 10, revisit those wins. Go look in that file that you keep with all the great things and the testimonies that people have given about you and your work. Remind yourself that you have something valuable to offer your community. You are a talented business owner. You deserve to be a business owner. You are qualified to be a business owner, and you will weather this slow season. Stay positive, get support from other small business owners or a coach, and keep moving forward. Enjoy the downtime. Heck, go take a nap. Things are going to level back out. Just trust the process. Do some activities that are going to help lead to growth, and believe in yourself. I am rooting for you. I am cheering for you. And if you need any support or the support of a mastermind group, please reach out. I'd be happy to talk over how we can support you. All right, now go get back to work.